today's society, the habits are not just habits, because we both have healthy habits, or you can say good habits, and we have bad habits. And the problem today is that the faster reward, the faster problems we get. Because the faster the reward is, the worse is the habit. So what all bad habits have in common is that they tend to give a very quick reward. And in this term, the reward will be a dopamine spike that we get. And all these habits are all around us, from ads and people who try to sell us things, and the food we eat, and what we can do with our lives. They all have very quick rewards, as of course, the company want you to use the product, get the reward. So we're constantly stimulated to dopamine spikes. And it can also be hard to get rid of, and that's where the bad habits, they stick. And then it comes in why the good and more healthy habits, they are harder to stick to, because it usually takes minimum a month before you see the benefit, because you have to be consistent with it. So for example, brushing your teeth one time doesn't do anything, but brushing your teeth every single day will actually do something. And that's the thing with the good habits, is that you have to do them constantly to see the benefit. It will just take a while. And I know this for myself. When I began to eat more healthy, it took 14 days before I noticed a difference, where I actually had a drop in my energy level. And it took me 14 more days, so up to a month, before I got all my energy back, and even saw the benefit of feeling way better, have way more energy than before. But there was still this missing, that sometimes you still wanted to eat maybe some candy, but then in this process, then I will eat some candy, and then oh no. And you can feel the bad feeling, actually the consequences of all these bad habits when you start developing the good habits. But we will get more into that. But the same goes not only for what you eat, but also for fitness. Because when you start training, go to the gym one time doesn't do anything. Go to the gym maybe 3 times a week for a month, then you will start seeing some progress. You will start seeing some more muscle definition, and you will start being stronger. And yeah, going back to it, also in another thing with my diet, it was that I end up identify, all of a sudden I developed this habit of eating bread and butter, because I was craving butter, as I was lacking vitamin K. And what I actually did, so I tried in the beginning just to get rid of the habit, stop it. It's called cold turkey, as everyone will do. But actually, I kept going back to it, and it was making it so difficult to. So what I actually ended up doing was that I managed to identify what was the real problem. The real problem was that I was lacking vitamin K, which was the thing I was craving. And the same goes for other things. If you're smoking, if you maybe are drinking, or any other bad habits, what is it? What is the situation that makes you, okay, I need this? And it also goes a bit to addiction, but the point is basically that instead of get rid of the bad habit, figure out what is a good habit, a good way that can solve the same problem. So for me, where could I otherwise find vitamin K? And I could find that in, for example, liver. So I began to eat more chicken liver and eat it more regularly, which then over time, so it took some time because I have to fully wear up, but it took some time, and then all of a sudden, in the matter of a week or two, eating it more consistently every single day, then I start filling up my body with vitamin K, and then all of a sudden, the craving disappeared. The more like self-control to stop eating bread and butter got in, and I could better manage it. I still sometimes had afterwards where I will do it, but I began to better manage it and just could roll it out. As now I have this good habit that I developed and just waited for it coming with the good effect to take over